Chen was picked up over there as well, so it's definitely picked more in the other regions. But you either have a Chen player or you don't. It's
Yeah.
somebody who like you obviously need somebody who's very familiar with micro and which creeps are good and which kind of suck. And of course, it depends who you're playing against. Lifestealer is somebody that pairs decently well with Chen. Again, being able to amplify the healing that it gets with the feast and get extra right clicks off can go quite well for him. And being able to exit the lane and then come back again. All right, they got the menagerie going on now on Haven Liberty.
Yeah,
I hate
it's
this.
Zoo meta, man. We thought it was dead, and it's still here. It's still here. Yeah, it seems to just be a thing that teams are comfortable running, and it has shown success. So you can't really, you know, give them flack for doing it. But
I will. But
okay, yeah, that's fair. I would too.
Phantom Assassin.
if I can discourage even one person from running this kind of lineup, then I will. And PA coming up from 0. PA is decently strong, especially against his lifesteal. That's something else that I was watching last night. I believe it was Neon versus Boom ID, maybe. Skem was on the Phantom Assassin last night. And despite the team with the lifesteal, the enemy team just like running away with the game, they almost lost. So PA, amazing against a lifestealer. Of course, you have to go out of your way to build that Monkey King bar. Normally, you want to build your Desolator, your Basher, your Maelstrom. But if you don't build that MKB against the PA, you don't have that way to burst her down, then you're in huge trouble. So I really like that Zero has picked this up here. PA, again, not really a common pick in the carry role. People definitely prefer Sven, Terrorblade, that sort of thing at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, when you see a hero like Lifestealer, right, it kind of leans more towards why you'd see the PA here as well, right? Just generally a decent matchup for her.
Yeah.
As opposed to Sven, which is such a fun hero to watch right now. You just gotta love seeing that hero in games. It's kind of frustrating as it is that he just like one shots people. It never gets old watching him Stormhammer across a fight. I feel like.
Yeah, and the worst part about that is he's got the 15 talent with D-spell, so you can't hit the
down.
Yeah, you can't hit the Ghost Scepter before it gets to you, or hit D-spells. You can't hit Yules, no Glimmer Cape either. The only counter, yeah, everything. The only counter to it is the Lotus Orb, because then as soon as he reaches you, he gets stunned.
Yeah.
For 2 seconds. But even then, he can pop BKB while he's in midair, apparently.
Yeah, it's a great, super well thought out system.
That needs to be a 25 talent.
Yeah, I think we're going to see those talents moved around a little bit. Dispel on Stormhammer is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's definitely 25 tier. Pangolier coming out last from Team 0. Always a fun hero to watch. I've got tons of complaints. We've just met, so you haven't heard me rant about Lucky Shot and what an awfully designed ability it is. But you will at some point this game.
Okay, I appreciate that. That's funny. Yeah, Lucky Shot is one of the most frustrating and like somewhat tilting abilities to play against in the entire game, I feel like. And this is after it's been reworked a couple times, super nerfed. Like when it first came out, oh my god. But
Heart Piercer was fine. There was nothing wrong with that ability.
No, I mean like the first iteration of Lucky Shot.
Oh, the disarm plus silence?
Yeah. The first iteration of Lucky Shot was just bonkers.
Yeah, that was cool and fair. Sorry, continue.
No, I mean, there's not much else to say about it, you know? It was just like that ability is just so good, but it's so tilting sometimes. You'll be playing a game and you're like, I'm gonna get this kill, and then he just like turns around, whacks you once, and you're like, oh, I'm disarmed. Cool. So he swashbuckles away. It's good stuff.
Just about to give the 1,000-yard stare.
Ember Spirit. Select your hero.
Ember Spirit picked up last year.
Love this hero.
Yeah.
Very good hero. I mean, it's great against Pango, right? Giving those slight chains, just so much catch, root. Also a great infest target, right?
Yeah, vehicle for that lifestealer, being able to just jump in, start blowing people up. It's not great against the Phantom Assassin either, but I think they're looking to close this game out a little bit faster here.
Yeah, right.
But I'd say that God, I actually prefer Team Zero's draft. I think Eternal Envy is going to start to pick things up as this tournament goes further along. I know there's a lot of naysayers. I think Eternal Envy is the best player in the world, but I still think that guy's like a mad genius.
Yeah,
we're lucky to have Dota. He gives us some real content. That's what we'll call it, content.
Yeah, he definitely pulls games out of some bizarre situations, or forces games to go to bizarre situations, you know? I think the lane is going to be a little rough, right, against Beastmaster Rubik to start it off, but hopefully the Lich offers enough support. I think Lich should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Lich is a lot stronger of a lane support than any of the heroes on Haven Liberty. Of course, what people have been doing is they just come to lane with a bunch of mangoes.
Yeah,
They've lightened up, but when I was working with some SA teams, they would just like head to lane with 5 mangoes and spam Frost Blast, secure the laning phase for the team, and it would work,
classic.
which is wild. You
Yeah,
can
it's
just
the old
come
Disruptor, right? It's what Disruptor used to do before they nerfed Thunderstrike. You just come to lane with 4 mangoes and a Clarity and just spam until they couldn't come to lane anymore.
Yeah. But just before we start this game, I'm gonna, I was tired. I missaid what hero I was talking about earlier, and I can fix it by cracking myself open a Monster Energy. Shout out to our sponsor.
Dude, big
Uh,
pog.
Starting to work my way through the shrine.
So
I've actually
much
taken some
blood.
off the side behind me. You can't see that over there. I want it to look nice and pretty for the viewers.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sure they do too.
Prepare for a lesson.
How's it taste? Describe it.
Like a start to a good day of Dota 2.
Love it.
Alright, let's go. Nothing too crazy again. We already know that Tico headed in the mid, so we know it's not to the Rubik.
Yeah, right. You talked about that right at the beginning, how it could be a mid Rubik, but we see Hiko take it. Ryoyo obviously on the Pango. This mid matchup, I feel I've seen it go both ways depending on who plays it. But I'd say more often than not, it's supposed to be Ember Spirit favored, is it not?
It is, but with Lucky Shot, things can obviously go either way.
Yeah.
Ability is questionable. You can win or lose the game based on Lucky Shots happening in a team fight. Like you swashbuckle onto them, and then if you get those 17% of one of the swashbuckle procs, you win the game. If you don't, you just lose.
Yeah.
So that's very cool.
Rune fights are always super Pango favorite, I feel like, because you're just duking it out on a rune and he gets these Lucky Shot procs. Nice little boar there to start it off for the Lich.
Yeah.
So much blood.
Gonna be happy about that one. Be careful not to give up too many of those guys. Yeah. But Pango excellent at taking those rune fights. Excellent at taking Roche fights.
They're going up onto the high ground here. They want to fight it. I mean, they're pretty strong. You talked about Lich being a very significantly strong support in the early game. Sexy fat. They connect on the boulder, just zoning them off. They'll take the runes here.
And now.
RDO with the body blocks preventing Brax, but he'll still get the other. So 3 going the way of Team 0.
Not a bad way to start the game. Making my prediction look right. I'm preferring Team 0 this game.
Yeah,
All
there
for
you go.
them making me look like a cool guy who knows what he's talking about. Not just making things up as I go along.
Hey, that's all we could really hope for at the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So which lane are you kind of experiencing right now, or expecting right now to kind of see all the action? Because I feel like this Lifestealer and Bloodseeker lane is just going to kind of be Kuro's farming. But
yeah, on one hand it will be. You're probably gonna see the majority of the action to lift. These guys are already dropping each other pretty low here. Heal, of course, out for blood.
Yeah, man. Fade Bolt and Ice Blast, 2 great early game spells.
I'm not sure. You said you've been covering this on your channel. Oh, Courier at the top lane.
Oh.
Game's paused.
Hey, can you tell me anything about these pauses?
Blood.
What's going on with these, man?
We got pauses every single game. It's BTS Pro Series pause brought to you by Monster Energy.
I
Pause with
appreciate
speed.
that. I'm sure they're all just chugging a monster right now, and that's exactly why they had to pause. They forgot to.
Yeah, I actually have like work immediately after the series ends, so I cut it very close. The pauses have not been helpful to me. You've also been double jobbing it, you told me.
Oh yeah, working 8 to 5, turn stream on at 5, stream till 10 p.m., 5 days a week. It's been good. It's a lot of fun though. I mean, it's one of those things where like these games are always a blast, and so I can't really complain. I mean, the shout out to BTS obviously for just putting together an awesome tournament.
I am very glad that we get to have NA Dota still.
Yeah.
When Valve has abandoned us, BTS is the light in the darkness.
Dude, these tournaments are great though, because not only do we get a bunch of like solid NA teams, but we get to see all of these like South American teams come in and really prove their worth. Like we knew SA was strong, right? We know SA is a strong region, and we get it's 6 of the 10 teams in this tournament are all from South America, are they not?
That's right. The NA Open qualifiers are basically SA Open qualifiers.
Yeah.
That happened the last like year.
Yeah. But I mean, all these teams are looking really strong for the most part. I've been very impressed with a lot of the teams that we've been seeing. Obviously, Quincy Crew, I believe, just started playing in this bracket these last couple days, right? In group stages, they started.
Just yesterday, yeah. They were originally not going to play. They wanted to take a break. I think they changed their mind. BTS is like, look, guys, we really want you here. You're the top team out of NA. EG has abandoned us for Europe. we wouldn't want them if they tried to come back. You guys, you need to be in this tournament. And I guess they worked something out together.
Yeah.
That's what a good manager can do for you, though. You know, make sure you get to have a little bit of vacation schedule around the tournament.
Yeah, that's nice.
Masterful mark.
Glad Quincy Crew has made the time. We got a nice little payout there from Omega League, though, the NA. 1/10 of the prize pool to Europe.
Dude, don't even get me started. That was something I was so sad to see. I was like, oh man, it feels bad. Like, it makes sense. Like, if you're in EG's position, you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna, if I place 15th, 16th, I get the same, you know, amount of money almost as placing like 3rd in NA.
Yeah, exactly. So EG definitely took the safe option out there. I'm a little bit salty at them about that one. You know, passion for the game in your region or passion for the money at that point. Don't at me.
Yeah. I mean, either way, I mean, we're going to get some good games to watch. I would have been really curious to see how EG stacked up against some of these teams, because we've seen Quincy Crew, you know, lose some games against them. We've seen Zoomers take games off of them, I think, as well. Like, we've seen some of these, like, other North American, South American teams actually pull W's against what was considered the best team in NA. So,
Yep.
hopefully we get to see you again sometime soon. Finally reconnect back into the game. The good old Cluckles the chicken. I love that courier. It's just such a classic throwback. Nice D-word there by Heiko. Lich is just basing. Oh no, he's not. Okay, he solved that.
Going back to the lane to use that dark sacrifice, you know? Get that mana.
Yeah, was that what he's doing? Classic.
Throwback.
Brax top lane getting harassed by this ghost. This is I was like, he has the TP, so nice play by Duster forcing that one. He'll be fine if he has a salve, and he does, so gonna use that to reset creep equilibrium there. No way to pull the lane at the time.
It's actually told by one person that you can use this ghost to start taking ancients pretty early on because it's got piercing attack.
Yeah, it's one of the only creeps, right? That and the troll summoners, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Super
Man
good.
of culture, I see.
Oh yeah,
I have deeper mechanics.
I may have dabbled in the arts of Dota 2 once or twice in my life.
It's not really something most people know. Get to test you as we go throughout the day.
Helicore bottom lane. This should be first blood. Ice blast plus that ice shield, frost shield, whatever it is. Eternal Envy gets that last hit. First blood going his way. I mean, this is a great start to the lane. You talked about how Envy, if he has a good lane here, has a good game. It's a great Phantom Assassin game.
Yeah. And the fact that this lifesteal has to go so far out of his way to build items to counter out the PA. You don't want to be having to build that MKB your first item. You want to be getting Desolate, you want to be getting an Armlet, a Basher. But again, I saw this yesterday when I was watching Southeast Asia. Skim almost ran away with the game. Top lane, RDO kicked under the tower by Earth Spirit.
Oh, that's a sick play. You should get out of this. That frost, that little ghosty ghost is causing so much havoc, but that's always a really sick play if you can catch him off like that. I happen to be looking mid as Heiko got swashbuckled and lucky shot it twice in a row and missed everything on the Sleight of Fist.
Slight correction, Hiko, I believe is how the...
Oh, it's Hiko. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
That is what Moxie said to me, and I just,
I would trust Moxie for that, 100%. She will definitely know better than I will.
And me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and if I get any of these names wrong, please feel free to correct me.
No worries. I can't pronounce most things in English properly, so
there you go.
My Spanish definitely needs work as well.
And they finally punished that ghost in the top lane. Mid lane's dead even. Other than the denies on the Pangolier, it's almost tight on CS. He does have his bottle now, both of them, so they will be fighting for those 4-minute bounty runes. Rubik already making the rotation over. Pretty much what you see every single time. Earth Spirit coming from the top lane. It's so routine. This bottled rune is so important.
Yeah, 4 minutes in like clockwork. I'm not sure if you're watching any broadcasts because you were doing it on your own, but I kept on going over how there's 2 ways to play these position force. Oh my god, he's just gonna die here!
Dude, you had the same reaction as me. I was like, oh, he's fine. Like, he just can't go for the rune stakings here, but he gets double lucky shot prog. He just gets the lucky shot prog and the full 4 points from, or 4 hits from Swashbuckle. Wow, that is really unfortunate if you're the Ember Spirit.
We're bottom lane now.
Dude, Snaking's all over the map, man. Open it up. He is falling low, but they will get Sexy Fat first. He will give up his own life, but overall a super strong trade for them. Another kill going to Eternal Envy. And, I mean, you just move Sexy Fat off the map for a little bit, giving him that free farm. We'll see Lich pull off the lane, giving him solo experience and to contest those 5-minute bounty runes. Like, these are just great rotations already being made by Zero.
Yeah. And Eternal Envy getting to be the main character of this game, his anime, so to speak.
I think this Lich might be dead here. Getting chased down by Sexy Fat. Yeah, Envy's here. They might try and trade this. Frost Shield is out. Nice telekinesis. So Envy just needs one more auto attack. Will get it. Eco rotating over. Does have those Searing Chains, but not going to use it. We'll have that Flame Guard in 3. But with Ryoya here, I think they're a little bit afraid to chase this. Rolling Thunder. I mean, this is that kill advantage in the mid lane. Gives them that experience. Nice slight chains. But I don't think you can escape this if you're the Ember Spirit. Just another kill for Envy. 4-0, 5 minutes into the game. And it doesn't get much better than that if you're Envy right now. You're feeling pretty happy.
Oh yeah. This guy, does he have his phase boots heading out to him right now? No? Belt of Strength. Yeah, maybe he's just gonna go Brown Boots, double Wraithband. He had Desolator queued up. Now he's got Battle Fury. He says, you know what, I'm having such a wonderful game. I'm just gonna out-farm the enemies and win. That's what I'm gonna do. Yep. He definitely changes up what he does. Ooh, nice block from the pole there by Theolacor. Mid lane.
Ooh. Oh, nice slight dodge. He's just gonna snag the rune. He's just drive by. Nice little play by Ryoya. I mean, these runes have really paid off already. We've seen, so it's a big deal. Eco's almost level 6 though, so he'll have the regen advantage with those remnants just to get back to base. Help stabilize his lane a little bit.
But to go off about something before Ryoya interrupted you.
Was I? Oh, bottom lane, Sexy Fat caught again. The 4-man or the 4 from Snaking just rotating down here once again, and Rubik gets caught by that Sinister Gaze. Another dagger, another Frost Blast, taking a lot of damage. Rolling Boulder in, does connect Envy with that blink, gets a double kill. His 6th kill of the game. They do lose both supports, but I think that's a win-win for Zero, honestly. This is just getting a little bit out of control in the safe lane.
Yeah, you shouldn't be winning the early game this hard against the Menagerie lineup either. And you were happy to die for that kill, just because of the fact that you've got an urn now on Earth Spirit. Getting himself charges when he gets these kills here. He set up for something here on mid again. Earth Spirit, this is the hero we want to be watching. This is where all the kills happen.
They just smoked up on the backside of Havan as well, so they know that there's heroes in the mid lane. Snaking might walk right into this. It's just Duster and Theolacor though, so they don't really have a lot of kill potential.
No, these two heroes. I mean, your Ghost can slow people down, but what you're doing is very limited here.
Yeah, they got the Roar and the Necro Book 1 here on Sexy Fat, so that's what they're trying to connect on. They will find Snaking. He sniffs out that rotation. Courier goes down, but not after getting that Ring of Health delivered. They're just going to roll on in. They're going to go ahead and try and take this trade. Nice silence. The Boulder Kick does stun both. Duster will be the first to bite the dust. And now bottom lane, the Roar onto the Pangolier. Ryoya pops that Rolling Thunder, but he gets brought down. The army from Sexy Fat, too strong.
Ape strong together.
Ape strong together. 14:37 now in full retreat. Theolacor tosses him into the air. Sexy Fat grabs himself a double kill. Beastmaster. After a pretty rough start to the lane, looking really good now though.
But that's
And they get the
Sexy
tower
Fat-
too, which is big, right? They do take that tier 1 tower. They do open up this bottom half of the jungle for Lifestealer to rotate down here if they'd like. Because right now he's not doing that well against the Bloodseeker. They're about even in net worth, but Brax is level 7, so he's done a lot in this lane. He's had some pretty good space, and that's mainly just because of Snake King rotating, right? So mid lane, bottom lane, all over the map.
I was about to go off on about the position 4s and being 2 different kinds, but there's been non-stop action happening. Haven't had a whole lot of time. But them taking that bottom tower is pretty excellent. Again, it opens up the map for Lifesteal, the rest of Haven Liberty, and it makes it that much harder for Eternal Envy to get that safe farm. Less places for his allies to TP to if he gets gone on. But there was nice timing there by Sexy Fat with his Necro Books, with the allies rotating down because it had catapult under the wave, taking full advantage of that.
Yeah.
So again, teams like this, they need to be playing around, having that, or every 5-minute mark, you'll probably see a move start to be made by these teams. They'll go and push with their catapults. Inner Beast, of course, making it even better. Oh, Envy's not going to be happy about that one, Theolacor.
What do you do? I didn't see it.
Zaps the creeps there with his Fade Bolt as Envy tries to take them, steals a couple from him.
That's always feels good. Nice hawk there, obviously.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna think that there's wards there, not a hawk. He pinged out this part. They're gonna damage their economy and their mines.
Oh yeah, nothing like mental damage in Dota 2. Super important. Top lane Brax may be in some trouble here. He does have Rupture, but taking a little bit of damage here. They go and return the Blood Right. Can he get outside of this? Doesn't look like it. Telekinesis to connect, and Hiko comes in. A nice rotation from the support. Rubik showing off that brand new level 6. Ryoya, however, popping that Rolling Thunder, does have an Arcane Rune. Oh, bounces back the opposite way. And on the backside, Snake King falling low. We'll go ahead and kick Hiko away. Boulders away up onto the high ground. But can they actually chase this out? One more slide of fish should be enough. There it is. Great kills there for the side of Liberty.
And they even things up. It's now 8-8. Win probability, whatnot, still very heavily favored to Team 0. Again, you don't want PA getting a start like this. Voidstone coming out to him, and he's now quick maths, 2,000 gold away from that Battle Fury.
Dude, nice.
Sorry, 1,800.
I won't ever ask you to do quick maths because I hope that you never ask me to do quick maths.
As my fellow North American, I will never test your math skill.
Yeah.
Out of respect for you as a human being and wanting you to not look stupid in front of viewers.
Ooh, nice Sinister Gaze mid lane. Hiko will be able to Remnant out. But he has no mana. He can't chase this on Ryoya. Stolen Rolling Thunder from Theolacor, so he has to back. That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah. No points in Arcane Supremacy yet, so it's not like he can use his spells any better. Probably grab that at level 7 now that he's got Rolling Thunder. Easily secure himself a kill with that Rolling Thunder on the Rubik, though.
Yeah, no shield crash yet to prevent him from stealing it. Envy snipes that Necrobook bottom. Snake King's chasing after. Sexy Fat does get that silence. No magnetize for a few seconds, but with 1437 here, they throw that Chain Frost, and this should be a pickup here for the side of 0. Yep, there it is. Goes over to 1437 with that Chain Frost.
When he's under the creep wave, might as well pop that. You're probably not going to get a chance to use it for another 100 seconds here, so definitely worth committing. Nice find there while his Necrobook was on cooldown, though, which is very easy to bring down.
This is a nice rotation bottom lane. It does allow Liberty to do a little bit of damage to the tier 1 tower mid, but they do just TP back up here, able to defend. Brax is down from the top lane, though, and they don't... I couldn't tell if they had vision of him at that moment. He does have this Rupture, but Hiko's not really the target you want to use this on, I'm assuming. Well, they get the size of the Boulder Smash. He's just going to Remnant away.
Yep,
A little bit of misspells there.
Like you said, he's not the target. Revenant, if it's more than 1,300 range away, then he doesn't take any damage from the Rupture. Yeah, actually, I think on Queen of Pain, you can walk a small distance and then blink as well, and you won't take Rupture damage.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
You have to get it just right.
So they're still working on this mid tower. Duster here with the Chen. Well, gets gone on. Nice boulder into that Blood Right. Should be the first kill, but here comes Theolacor. That Rolling Thunder we talked about got stolen. He's going to permanently stun up that Bloodseeker. Roar on the backside takes down Earth Spirit as well. A 2-for-1 and your mid tower.
One of the benefits of grabbing that Rolling Thunder and Rubik, you can use your spells fully while you're in it. So the ball's rolling, you get hit by like a lift as well. You can drop him on somebody, you just get hit by it twice as you roll through because he can throw you. And the Fade Bolt too. But A little bit risky to take that tower again. You committed a bit early there on Haven Liberty. You lost Duster. You need Sexy Fat in position with his menagerie before you can really commit to the push.
Yeah, that wraparound roar paid dividends, you know. Pretty much makes it so Zero has no ability to continue to defend there. They get the silence on the Ember Spirit behind the tower. He does have a remnant away though, pops that wand, and he's out. Hiko is doing really good at just kind of pulling Zero around the map. Did have a regen rune as well, so...
We're getting closer to that Battle Fury on Envy, though. They have slowed them down just by taking control of the map in Haven Liberty. You are on a timer when he faces Menagerie lineup. 300 gold away now, Battle Fury. It becomes a lot easier to clear out what they've got on Haven Liberty. Then, of course, the Necronomicon, the Boars, or whatever Chen's got just becomes a food source for Eternal Envy when he has the Battle Fury.
There's the smoke from Liberty. They're ready to go, looking for more. Roar, how much do we have? 7 seconds. This makes sense. Finishes Necro 3 as well. Drops those on the ground to try and deward. I mean, obviously, Brax would be a fantastic find here. Envy, the ultimate kill, but they are not looking to rotate bottom for this.
Just RDO, actually, who doesn't seem that concerned about the PA. I talked about how he doesn't want to go that far out of his way to build items against the PA, and that's what makes it kind of bad. He actually just opts to go. Oh, shot myself short.
They got him. Stunned him up, bringing him down. Nice blood right to finish it off. Rupture comes out onto Theocor, so he's not going to be able to go anywhere. Will be permanently stunned up. A second kill. Buyback from Ember. He's back in. Can they turn the fight? The Roar onto the Phantom Assassin gets brought down. Snake King on the run. Does do a lot of damage. Magnetize. Great block on that roll there from RDO. But they will go ahead and just disengage. Ooh. Ryoya tickles Duster there, but doesn't quite find the full damage from that swashbuckle.
It was a cheeky play by him. He goes out for blood, wants revenge for him. You think you can just do that to my Duster and get out? I don't think so.
Well, Brax is going to give it to Duster, though, as he finds him on the other side of the fight. Getting chased down. Sexyfat's got that slow. Theocor rotating in as well. They do have open wounds, but Telekinesis should cancel this, and they find the return kill. Yeah, that's a nice tip right there, right? From Duster. He's like, oh yeah, I'll take that trade any day.
You know, not bad. Thanks for feeding my heroes a little bit of XP and gold. I've barely been useful this game.
Yeah. He's got Hand of God, right? That's about it. He's got Hand of God and a mech. All pretty good. Pretty spells.
Rough for Envy in that fight. Again, just finishes Battle Fury, commits to it, and then gets
immediately roared.
Yeah.
They're looking for him. They see him killing these creeps here. The question is, well, doesn't look like they're gonna find him. They know that they got these high ground ward sentries, so Sexy Fat should deward those eventually here. Yeah.
Clock or something. There we go.
Look at Ryoya right now, just lane cutting. I really like this a lot because he doesn't want to show anywhere that they can actually try and gank him. And I think right now, if he were to force 2-3 heroes back to kill him, he's pretty okay with it. But we'll just cut the wave. He can always TP back.
Exactly. This is the best way you can slow things down. Doesn't want to run straight into the enemy, and of course make space for a PA to farm, take advantage of this Battle Fury. It was rough using Chain Frost in that last fight too. Again, when you have so many units around, the Chen, the Beastmaster, like even if you get that full bounces from the Chain Frost off, you must see just hitting creeps with it.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a really good point.
Countering at that push even harder.
So Hiko does pop that arcane rune. Mid lane to go for him, but he baited it. He knew this time, not gonna fall for it. Sexyfat's rotating in on the backside. They can find a catch here. It's gonna be a really good opening for Liberty. Ryoya, axes on the mark. They do not connect with the chains though, so he's gonna be fine.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
Yeah, everyone playing it a little bit slow. They don't want to commit onto this tower too hard. You have to be careful being caught up by this Pangolier. Gets a rolling boulder into several heroes, and you get caught underneath a blood right. You silence it up for 6 seconds. It's very easy for Eternal to rotate in and take the kill.
But they see the Ember that just showed in the mid lane here. Envy goes deeper into the Dire jungle, knowing that they're making that rotation up to him. They're really smart play. If he showed on lane here, he's certainly dead. But they're still hunting for that roar target, right? Like they're staying together on the side of Liberty, and I think Zero is doing a really good job at just kind of avoiding them on the map at the moment, trying to keep these lanes pushed out, slow the game down to kind of favor them. is that's really all Envy wants. He queues up that Desolator and a BKB. We'll see which one he goes first. I'm assuming Deso, but
knowing Envy, he just wants to blow up his targets as quick as possible. It is wild to see Envy work this map, considering he has no towers. Again, look at the comparison of this. Like, they've got all of this warded. Like, this is the area they control everything past this point.
yeah.
On the dire side here, but Eternal Envy continuing to farm the enemy side of the map, despite them having so many TP points.
Yeah, and they just get an uncontested Roche on the side of Liberty. There's, like what we've been saying, they're just avoiding him completely. So Aegis 1's going to go on to RDO's Lifestealer, who now has his Sanjin Yasha completed. Queues up the Monkey King bar. Like you said, he doesn't want to rush the MKB, but as a third item, it's really good on the Lifestealer.
Yeah. And he's sort of forced to do it, but again, third item, tons of DPS. He'd rather be picking up like a Deso or Basher at this point, even a Heaven's Halberd, if the situation calls for it. Not too great against any of the heroes on Zero, of course. Better to get that against a ranged hero. And PA eventually will have just so much status resistance in a Black King bar that it won't really matter. It depends on what that tier 3 neutral item is. Gets that sound.
Ultimate kill, but
Titan
they're not
Sliver.
looking to rotate
That's what it's
Bog
called.
for this.
Used to call it Silver.
Ooh, in Fest play, they found the Lich immediately. Bring him down, alright. I mean, that's such an easy find for them. Do they catch Ryoya, though? No Searing Chains yet. He's out.
I mean, if you lose one hero, I mean, you're fine with it being Lich. I'm not even sure it's worth that sort of commitment. Like, while you take him down with all 5 heroes, the amount of farm Envy's going to get with his battle here in your jungle, I think exceeds the golden execution of Lich.
Snake King's kind of forcing a fight here, and Chen falling low. Ryoya comes in with the Rolling Thunder. RDO, no rage, but he bounces off the wrong wall. I guess they just want to disengage, and Brax may have gotten the memo a little bit late as he's roared up, surrounded by the side of Liberty, and he gets brought down with ease. And Envy still farming the dire jungle.
When your part of the map isn't safe, you know, it's the best area for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing it correctly, and he's got the Deso completed. Doesn't really want to send it on the couriers. It's I don't know how you send it across. It's basically like trying to run across no man's land if you're that courier right now. So he TPs all the way back to base to get it.
Yeah. Buys himself a massive depth as well. Doesn't go the life steal talent. He gets the 350 cast range. I sort of like that. Again, be able to jump on heroes further on the back line and get Hiko as he tries to run away is definitely the play here on Envy. The question is if he can get this level 18 up before he takes this next fight and then blow people up like very fast with this Deso. 2 points in crit I don't think that's going to cut it for him.
Yeah, I mean, a single roar and I still see him dying is the issue. So he has to be very patient going into these fights, and Sexy Fat likely to do the same, right? I don't think he's gonna want to just immediately roar, you know, one of these other heroes. I think he's gonna look to wait for the Envy to go in.
He'd be waiting a long time, and he tends not to go in unless he absolutely has to.
Yeah.
We've seen out of him this series. This
Envy is so high leveled compared to everyone else in this game. I just looked through all the numbers. He is level 17. The closest is Lifestealer, who just hit 16.
I mean, they've been playing so tight together on Haven Liberty. Marlon Tournament is just farming up with this Battle Fury. Makes it so they'd fall a little bit further behind. But still, no towers for Zero. They've just been pushed back on their side of the map, forced to sit behind their tier 2s, tier 3s, and play the Envy game.
I mean, they've got one tier 2 remaining. You know, Liberty just going lane after lane, pushing it in, and as you said, I mean, with the Chen Beastmaster, makes it really easy. And Lifestealer at this point of the game is pretty strong. Like, it is very hard to bring him down. Not a great rupture target, as you pointed out earlier in the draft. Like, you can just infest. On top of it, he has status resist, so it lasts quite a bit shorter on him compared to some of the other heroes. I mean, other than Envy, there's no really other kill potential onto this Lifestealer. We see him go bottom onto the Snake King. He's gonna go ahead and just roll away.
He's gotta be careful. Envy's close
He's
behind
lurking.
him. I think that they know that a lot of the enemies are inside the triangle. They smoke up. Actually, they're not going to be sure. Again, you have so many TP points that you always have to be worried when you're nearby this tower.
They're drawing the lines. They know where Zero is. They're not top. They're not in their jungle. Trying to find him. Envy is just going to TP out, take the safe route. Snake King's going to keep rolling further and further. They do see them behind the tower. The question is, does Liberty want to go? DD on Ember Spirit seems like a pretty good go to me. They catch that slight change onto the Pango. There's the roar. Great pick off there for Liberty. Takes Roya out of the game for 50 seconds. They could try and force the buyback.
I'm not sure they'll be able to grab the buyback, but definitely this tier 2 tower if they try to push it. You do still have Fortify up, but it's not going to buy you much time in the grand scheme of things with DV on Hiko and, of course, the Nomicon unit still out.
Snaking just got baited by that Hiko placement of the Ember Spirit. They tip him. Oh boy. That is is not ideal.
Well, you were talking about forcing the buyback. It's looking like it's possible now.
It might happen now. They smoke up deep in their base. Envy wants to try and find something. I mean, ooh, well, he gets 2 creeps. Those were great creeps to take down, actually. Aegis reclaimed. Alright, Liberty's just going to back off. RDO is going to work towards bot tower here. Getting very close to that Monkey King bar. Only 500 gold away.
Mm-hmm. Even then, it becomes dangerous to go on PA because I feel as if even when you have that Monkey King bar and you have to fight into the PA, if he gets that plus 35 evasion talent at level 20 there, you're only hitting still like I think after that 75% true strike and 85% evasion, you're still like missing I don't know like 10-20% of your attacks. It's pretty nuts.
Mario on the high ground, just chipping away the tier 3, and they can take this pretty slow for the most part. They don't have to overcommit. In goes Snaking. Envy jumps right onto Sexpat. The war comes out. Bloodright will be able to silence up the Beastmaster, infests him to keep him alive. That bonus health. Chain Frost bouncing back and forth. Beastmaster likely to be the first one here to fall, and he will, but now can they re-engage? RDO goes back in, pops that armlet, healing up pretty nicely, but can he bring down Snaking? Nice slight chains from Hiko. Be able to do that buyback from the Earth Spirit they want to chase. Ryoya, a nice swashbuckle on the side. Envy chasing after Hiko. Hiko goes into the base, it looked like. Just baiting him the other way. Goes down. Lifestealer trying to survive here. Pops the Rage. Trying to beat down 1437, and he does. Now turning his attention over to Brack. He does have an open wounds. Goes for Envy, but bursts him down, and they get a 4th kill as Havan have overstayed their welcome. Belacor going for the TP out will be successful, but can you explain what happened to the Ember Spirit? Did you happen to catch that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That guy gone on went the opposite way of the rest of the team. I think saw that Eternal Envy was going on him, but Envy did get that plus 350 Phantom Strike. So from inside his base, he was able to chase the Ember Spirit out. He gets crit right away, and he thinks, "Oh my God, I need to leave now." Goes the opposite way when he's thinking about coming onto the PA. Delacor just dead.
I was watching it the whole time.
Okay.
You're good.
It goes the opposite way because he had a Remnant down, thinking about chasing Eternal Envy in afterwards. But blinks onto him and crits him a second time in that fight.
That's what feels good, man.
Yeah, that's that 18 I was talking. The Ember Spirit goes down in no time at all. PA almost has the Satanic now. That's gonna give him not only the huge amount of lifesteal, but also the status resistance. So the roar gonna last a fraction of the time. And of course, despite the fact that they know that they're going for this MKB, it's actually complete on a lifesteal. They did go that 35% evasion talent on the PA.
Lane. They're looking for Brax. They have the slow. Can't Sexy Pack get in range for the roar though. There's the open moves. This should be a no-brainer. They don't even need it. Slight chains. He gets brought down. Nicely done. Good rotation there from Liberty. They one thing to note, Zero had 0 towers down before that fight. Not only did they get all 5 kills, but then they get 2 tier 1 towers immediately after, opening up that map a little bit more. So swinging back the other way. One thing to note, this gold graph is very close now after that fight. It was about almost 7,000 in favor of Liberty, and now Zero brings it within 1,000.
There's that Titan Sliver I was talking about for the PA.
Did he actually get it? Oh my god.
He did. Some items win you games. This is one of them. Again, the status resistance 30% from the Satanic, another 12% from the Titan Sliver. I mean, even if you roar up this PA now, he has 85% evasion to everything that isn't the Lifestealer. So Lifestealer, you're not piercing through your evasion with every attack like MKB used to be. You only pierce through evasion 75% of the time. So regardless, I'm not sure that you have everything you need to burst down the PA anymore.
He had a BKB queued up before. It looks like.
Yeah, before the Titan Sliver.
Yeah, before the Titan Sliver. Not anymore. He's like, I can just go Abyssal, tank up, do more damage. That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Envy's feeling really good. He had a great start to the game. Duster May have baited out Earth Spirit here once again as he's just surrounded by Liberty. The question is, can he actually get out of here? Frost Shield giving him a little bit of protection, but a nice block there from the Ember Spirit. They will find themselves another kill on Snake King. That's the second time he tried to make a go on someone right outside the base, and they just dodge out that roll. And then, you know, normally I praise this plus 325 rolling distance talent, but it's kind of backfired a few times this game because he overshoots it pretty bad.
It does change though. You saw the patch notes, right? The change to the Earth Spirit Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, so good. You
Being
can
able to
self
kick
cast.
yourself. Yeah. So the biggest thing about that is when you overshoot or you go for these risky plays, you're able to self-cast and then kick yourself away.
Yeah.
So there's suddenly no punish when you make these like over-aggressive plays. And if you do manage to get on the target, you turn them to stone, kick them back in your team, and they're just dead.
Yep. And he's got it in about 700 gold-ish, right? He's getting close.
He just needed to calm down for now.
Just chill out, Snake King.
Yeah.
Aegis cheese picked up for Liberty. RDO takes the Aegis. Hiko will take the cheese on the Ember Spirit. Envy just trying to farm. I mean, he is. We said at the very beginning of the game, right? This is Envy's late game, right? If he gets to go late on the Phantom Assassin and stays ahead of Liberty as far as net worth, it's a really good PA game. We saw in the last fight there, finding kill after kill. Even though his team kind of seems to be struggling a little bit, you know, he's getting up there. He's getting it closer and closer to that level 25. And Abyssal is a huge item for him as well. That is like a death sentence for the Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer and the Ember Spear both to get on top of Hiko, blow him up. And he doesn't really have much HP or armor. He's got the phase boots and I guess the mech aura he had for a second there, but 14 armor, level 18 at 30 minutes in the game. I mean, Eternal Enemy will tear through him like a knife through butter. Hot knife through butter.
A searing hot knife through butter.
Yeah. I'm curious whether he's going to get the 100% coup de grace or the triple strike stifling dagger.
I feel like most people take the Stifling Dagger, right? Like that thing is just so good. You just get like a casual kill every once in a while. 1437 Glimmer caped up, puts down a ward, and pretty unfortunate placement for him right there. Just gonna throw Chain Frost even as well, which is a pretty big cooldown. So easy pickup for them. The rest of Zero should be TPing out already. Up 2 down. Ryoya, the only one still up here. He has no TP for 25 seconds actually, so if they get a good scan here. This Hawk is just out of vision.
Ooh.
So they will not know. Ryoya safe for the time being. Maybe he'll get lucky to cut another wave here before he has to TP back, but
Maybe Roy will position himself closer to that Hawk. You don't know.
yeah, you never know. Maybe Swashbuckle's back down.
Oh, Hawks. There are 21 seconds here. I think he might just.
Yeah, he's just gonna TP. Doesn't want to risk it. They don't see Liberty anywhere on the map. Their only ward is in their own jungle right now. So if he goes to show on that lane and there's just 2 heroes there, he's dead, and that is not good for the team. Wait, did he kill a Basher too? He did. He picked up a Basher on Pangolier, so he has that BKB, grabbed a Basher going Abyssal.
I mean, the Abyssal does the same thing, of course, even better than that Blink Dagger. You hop on somebody as you're rolling, and you can hop on someone with that Abyssal Blade, you know, go through them, or sorry, swashbuckle them up, start that roll, go through them, then jump back onto them again, like teleport back into the Abyssal. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, absolutely. Snake
Anything to lock down the lane.
I thought he was going to walk up on the high ground there. Thelacore just eyeballing it. What did he steal?
It's a
Swashbuckle.
swashbuckle. Not that useful for him. Again, he doesn't even want to be close enough to be using the swashbuckle. I think he's got the Aether lens. He wants to sit back as far as possible, not jumped on by PA at the start of these fights.
Yeah, decent maneuverability spell though. All right, if his Blink Dagger gets canceled, he can just swashbuckle away, try and steal something more useful, but not the best farming spell either. So, yeah.
You got this Aghanim Scepter, like you said, on snaking.
Oh, did he finally finish it? All right, nice. I really want to see this get used. I'm going to try and keep my eyes on snaking here. Liberty is sitting really well. I mean, I'm not sure how much you talk about the Radiant Triangle here, but this whole position on the map is just such a dominant spot to be if you're on Dire, right? Like if you can hold out this whole section of the map, there is nowhere that you can go on 0.
Yeah, and again, Eternal Envy's finally feeling his back against the wall. Before he's able to push into the enemy territory and farm up the battle droid, but now he knows if he goes, he's not going to be there at the start of the fight when it's super important, and he could lose like half his tower or several of his heroes before he can get that 3-second TP off.
I was gonna say, I wonder if he goes for an axe. It looks like it's exactly what he's gonna go for. I was gonna say the mobility it offers him at this point in the game is super dangerous to 0, because we see Snaking able to push out this bottom wave, but against an Ember Spirit axe, you actually just can't get away with that. So they will get the D ward here, which was nice, and then they're gonna go back to just keeping these lanes pushed in. They're still a little bit afraid to go onto the high ground here, right? Like Envy is very strong. He gets his level 25 just now. That triple stifling dagger now online. Basher he can purchase if he wants to, and there it is.
They might go out now on Team 0. The Aegis did just expire on the Lifestealer. If they don't go out, I think Havan...
There's the smoke. You called it perfectly. RDO. No Abyssal Blade, but he goes here. Slight Chains holding him down. Blood Ride trying to just zone Liberty off of the Ryoya here. The backside. Villacor. No crit. We'll go ahead and pop that Ghost Scepter. There's a Swashbuckle away, and Staking is just surrounded once again. The Roar onto the Pangolier. The BKBs are popped, but in comes Eternal Envy. He decides to walk the other way. Ryoya going for that roll. Will get brought down. The Rupture. The Stolen Rupture, rather, onto Eternal Envy as he has to just tank up and turn this fight. Pops that Satanic, full healing it off. Will bring the first hero down on the side of Liberty, and that's going to be the Lifestealer. Sexy Pack going for the TP out, and Yules to cancel. Can they find more here? Chen will go down. Backside, Villacor surrounded by 2. He goes down as well. They lose 4. Can they be the... Where did he go? Where's 5?
There's 5.
Oh my gosh.
Finally going down. Eternal Envy with the triple kill, but you know, it's the power of the status resistance. Power of the the PA. Eternal Envy here in this late game just blows people up immediately. All he could do was move around, move away there, and that was such good timing for them as well. Just a little bit of gold off that the Ember Spirit. Another one of the major factors there was the heavy bait out from Snaking. He's run in so many times, he basically trained the enemy into thinking that he's a free kill. But then, of course, he just enchant remedies himself.
He just stone forms himself. Yeah, you said, man, it was going to be a really funny play when he gets there. And, you know, It worked out great. Envy just goes right on in. They find the kill onto the Lifestealer pretty much right to start the fight for them. No way to TP back in, obviously, so with where the placement of that fight is, so buyback borderline useless. And they're going to work on these tier 3 towers mid. They will forward it up. Buybacking at 10 seconds is not a feels good, so they're going to just wait it out. Maybe they lose the tier 3, but should be able to defend the barracks.
They don't have Eternal Envy hitting that one, unfortunately, so it'll take a little bit longer.
He took tier 2 top. Okay, that's weird. Ryoya was working on bottom tier 2 tower, and with the double catapult, it may end up going down, but Ember Spirit TPing in here to make sure that that does not happen. I mean, that was such a good call. Like you said, they get the item timings on Envy, his 25, and that Basher just immediately smoke up. The Aegis was down. And imagine if RDO had a second life there, that fight might have been very different, you know, but works out really well for 0.
Yeah, pretty different. Didn't. Again, Haven Liberty, if they can wait another 3 minutes, great for them, but 0, tons of experienced players on their team. They know not to let them have that window. They see their window back in the game, they take it. And 37 minutes now. Tier 4 neutral items, so we'll see if Envy gets anything to replace this Titan Sliver. He actually does take the Witless Shaco.
Really? Interesting. Oh, he can cast like 4 daggers.
Yeah, I don't...
I mean, Abyssal Blade's like actually almost a 5th of his mana.
This could be very good or very bad.
He's a tanky boy. He's got 6 mana per second. Maybe it's enough. He's going for the Scotty, which will help out a lot. But he has 4,000 health on this Phantom Assassin. And previously, in this last fight, they dropped him to about half with that Stolen Rupture and the initiation on them. He just pops Satanic, full heal, bring downs that Lifestealer, and not too worried. I mean, this Roshan, this is number 3. It does have the Refresher Shard. In goes Villacor, Telekinesis onto Envy, as they do have that Hawk for vision, but they turn it onto the Beastmaster, stunned up. The Chain Frost is out as well. They can't actually get out. He's trying to survive silence up to get the first kill. BKB already popped on Hiko. RDO surrounded and goes down as well. Envy unstoppable. Looking for the Ember Spirit. He does have a Remnant, but if he gets bashed up, and he does it, a crit from Envy. It finds it. Duster. Ghost Scepter TP doesn't even work as Roya catches him with that shield crash. Oh my gosh. Thelicorn just snipes 1437. Goes for that Shadow Amulet TP. Pretty happy about that one. At least a, constellation kill. But oh my god, is this game looking really, really hard to come back, or for Liberty to really come back. And now that you have Aegis Cheese, does they even have Refresher? Who took that one? It's on Earth Spirit. Oh my gosh.
I mean, we've run into the mana problems now on the PA, but again, you've barely managed to get PA the first time, and she had 2,000 HP. How do you bring down a 4,600 health PA? You just don't have the damage.
4,600 health PA who's Blood Raged.
Well, the Blood Rage is going to help you bring her down. Let's be real here.
I guess that's true.
Drax saying, I'm doing my part.
Well, they get two lanes of barracks. Bottom obviously protected by the still standing tier 2 tower, and Envy will just go bottom. Push out these lanes, set their sights on the last objective. This is an outpost timing here, so it looks like they're gonna move down here on Snake King. Make sure to grab this, deny that little bit of experience on over to Liberty. And none of these guys have their 25 talents yet. Like, they are not, no one is on par with Envy at this point in the game.
No. Envy, again, like you said, he is heavily out-leveling everybody. The only person who's close to him was it Lifestealer?
It was Lifestealer a while ago, and he's still the closest on the enemy team, but Ryoya is level 24. And level 25 Pango is so strong. Either one of those talents are really good.
Yeah, those are wild. The Swashbuckle I'm a big fan of. Just being able to do it that often means you're almost always disarming the people with Lucky Shot. 5-6 can disarm is quite the thing.
Yeah, no joke. And he got a Refresher Shard and Aeon Disc, so Ryoya is not really in any risk of dying, which is pretty...
Spell Prism as well.
Oh, that must have just got delivered. I did not see that before.
Just dropped him the Ancient City cleared.
This
is like basically a tier 5 item.
Yeah, that item's so good. Dagger span out from Envy. He just goes in, goes on to 6-bat, drops the Abyssal Blade, but a Telekinesis to buy him some time. Let's go ahead and blink back out. Frost Shield to give him a little bit of space. These daggers are going to just start causing so much trouble for Liberty.
Eternal Envy's only weakness right now, it feels like, is him running out of mana because of this Shaco.
Exactly. And, I mean, he seems to be doing fine. Like,
Lads? Extra from Lads here.
Yeah, is that what it is? I was like, where's the other mana regen coming from? Yeah. I love the dagger bashes. It never gets old. Chipping away at the tier 3 though. They go ahead and pop the fortification now. Finally, Envy debating to go in. He does, but Thelicorn perfectly blinks out.
That is impressive. He must have preemptively blinked out because again, we're playing on USD servers. You got to ping on him.
Yeah, I think as soon as they forted, he knew Envy would try and go for a play, so he just went for that blink.
Ultra Instinct Thelicorn.
Yeah. Dude, Envy, alright, Satanic up, does get roared though, so a lot of that gonna be wasted. Still has the Aegis. At the end of the day, like, killing Envy does not mean a lot here for the side of Liberty, and Sexy Fat gonna get brought down. Envy just jumps back onto the backside and we'll bring him down. RDO finally comes out of that infest, but you just lost Hiko on the Ember Spirit. He gets surrounded. There's the Abyssal, the silenced up as well. Lifestealer goes down, no buyback, and the GG comes out. Zero takes game number 1.
Eternal Envy, again, like you said, you just can't bring him down when he's got this much HP. And even though it seemed like Haven Liberty had this game in the bag, I'm not sure that they ever actually had it. Team Zero just realizing what the enemy's timings were too well. Eternal Envy playing so well on the enemy side of the map, while his allies got shut down, but it didn't matter. He was the only threat. We saw this exact same thing from, what was it, OG versus Secret? I think it was a similar matchup with the Lifestealer against the PA, and that was the only game that OG managed to take off of Secret. So, well played by them. What was that?
Yeah, PA ended 17-1 and 12. I mean, that doesn't get much better than that. That is a fantastic fantastic game for Eternal Envy.
Well played by him.
Yeah.
Any thoughts by you? I'm interested in hearing what you got going on in your head. I've had the last couple of days with B Cup.
Just about the game and what to see game 2?
Yeah, I love hearing different opinions. Let's hear
Yeah. I think Zero, from the beginning, knew what they wanted, right? Envy just played honestly perfectly that whole game, did exactly what he needed to be doing. Liberty missed their timing there, didn't make the ability to get onto the high ground and kind of close this out. It really comes down to the lanes just not being as strong as they were. Envy getting way too strong into the bot lane, and then even Ryoya having a good mid lane. Right? Like he gets that rotation, gets that first kill with the help of Snaking, and that was just a huge win for them. But I think if they have better lanes, a similar draft, the game could have been very different.
Close game and just getting us into that next lobby. We're gonna have less time between games, everybody. That means more action for you, and of course,
Hoggies.
it means we can, finish at a reasonable time. Not that I don't love spending my entire day on Dota, but the downtime between games, I'm not a big fan on. But nonstop Dota 2 action for you here on Beyond the Summit Pro Series Season 3. Is that right? Yeah.
I believe that is correct. But yeah, we'll be back after just a short break, everyone. Stay tuned. We got game 2 between Havan Liberty and Team Zero.